What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 42 of the Texans franchise. I think we got another good one today, guys, as we get a chance to see a lot of these young players in this last preseason game, and then we get to break down the final 53 heading into week one with our matchup with the Colts. Before we get to the video, make sure you drop a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn that bell notification on, and let's get right into it. So I mentioned that we are going to look a little bit different this year, and I did mean that because while our offense might be pretty similar, our defense is completely changing. We are going to be doing a multiple front defense. We, of course, brought in John Franklin Myers. If you guys didn't check out the offseason, make sure you do, and then come back here and pick this up where we left off. John Franklin Myers, huge signing. He is going to be a force on our defense. I can already feel it. He's going to be on the outside in our base sets and on the inside coming from a defensive tackle position in our nickel and dime sets, to where we're going to have Redmond, Franklin Myers, McManus, and Grenard all going after the quarterback. We also have a new starting safety in Julian Chambers, of course, our first round pick. And the defense is going to look a little bit different because we did move on from Patrick Queen. Devin White and Dre Greenlaw are our main two starters. When we need a third linebacker that can actually cover, we're going to rely on rookie Jameel Betts to step into that role. I did use the first couple of weeks sort of as a testing period to just make sure that things are working okay. Obviously, when you have a new book, you have to make sure it works properly for your team, and I needed to do that with the Panthers. So far, it seems to be holding up rather well, and I'm excited for us to continue using it, and we'll see where it takes us. We have 65 players, which means 12 people on this team are going to have to go. And before we get to the game, though, I just wanted to do a quick recap of the guys that we drafted, show you what they are, and what our plan is going forward with them right now. Our first pick, Julian Chambers. Man, I was so happy that we landed him. It lined up perfectly with the Jalen Petrie departure. But if you guys already know, he's going to be our starter, and I'm hoping he can take us to that next level at the safety position, along with Frank Bonner, who I think stepped up in a big way last year. Towards the end of the season, we saw him making a lot more plays up in the box and even covering downfield rather well. So Chambers, of course, will be one of our day one starters. We followed that pick up with Jameel Betts, a linebacker that was just like Avery McDonald, the first round talent, but just seemed to be a better fit for us. And he ended up being exactly what we needed, a 75 pass coverage and field general. Avery McDonald is still going to be a great linebacker, but Betts is the exact guy we needed, which is why I took the swing on him, and we hit, and it was good. He won't be starting right away. He will be involved on our 4-3 base sets as the third linebacker in the place of Patrick Queen and some of our other sets, but for the most part, he's going to be the guy for the future because we still have Devin White and, of course, Dre Greenlaw. Otis Watts is another player that we ended up snagging. Defensive end, he's that hybrid power rush run stopper guy that I've been looking for this team. I tried to do it last year with Chambers, and honestly, he might end up still becoming a good player, but Watts comes in already 3 overalls better than him. I envision us eventually going to a strictly 3-4, but right now we have a lot of players that are still a 4-3, and I want to try to capitalize on that without having to jettison everybody. So that's why we have so many different positions right now sort of overstacked, because eventually a guy like Watts and potentially Chambers or somebody of that nature is going to be the defensive ends, whereas our defensive ends now are going to be our outside linebackers in a 3-4. Eli Bridges was a corner that I found sort of late, but I really ended up liking his play style, and it turned out to be a pretty good selection. 73 overall, hidden development. And of course, he is going to be down the roster, right? Because we have a lot of corners, but I'm trying to build up an incredible cornerback room. Glenn McAllister was a mid-round pick that I really wanted to bring in because I don't know what the situation is going to be like for Nate Davis moving forward. Are we keeping him long-term? Are we going to be moving on from him? He is 29 now. McAllister gives us a starter-ready type of player that we can build up a little bit more before thrusting into that role as a starter, which also evens out our aging offensive line. We have somebody in place for everybody now, which is what I wanted. Pat Smith was another edge rusher that I wanted to bring on because he brings us power rush and now speed rushing. He's sort of a do-it-all linebacker. I was very surprised to see some of his stats when he came out. Plus, he had the A-zone coverage, which we found out is a very big, wide range in this draft class. But he is going to provide whatever we need him to provide for us. This could very well be the guy that replaces Grenard once Grenard gets a little bit older. Smith and McManus could be those edge, while we have Watts down below with either Franklin Myers or whoever ends up replacing him down the line, with Redmond still holding it down in the middle. So I hope you guys can start to see what I'm trying to put together here. I might seem like I'm hoarding players, but I'm trying to work on a situation where we can transition this defense without sacrificing the defense. So that's sort of my mindset now. Marcus Felton, day 3 receiver, took him in the 4th round. I just liked his build. He seemed to have everything that you wanted. You can see he's actually a playmaker, not a deep threat, not a slot. He's a playmaker because he can move around like a running back. He's got return ability. He can juke, spin, the whole works. So I'm really hoping to find ways to utilize him. Not immediately because we have a lot better receivers, but this is somebody that we can hopefully try to build into like my version of like Cordero Patterson, right? Or maybe even not Deebo Samuel, because Samuel is a lot bigger, like weight-wise, and he's a little bit stronger. But Felton is almost like a running back at wide receiver and can play wide receiver. So I'm really excited to see what we can do with him. He's going to be our primary starting returner as well in both the kicking and the punting. And yeah, so we'll see what happens with him. And then here comes Frank Fletcher. Man, I had a feeling that Fletcher was going to be good. I just did, based off of the looking at McDonald and Betts and then seeing that Fletcher had almost the same exact type of grades. I just felt that this was going to be a good player. And sure enough, he's exactly what Betts and McDonald were, except just a little bit less. They were 75s and 76s. He's a 74. But he brings us exactly what I was looking for. And I'm so excited to be able to pair these guys together, Betts and Fletcher, for the long haul, and be able to build a great linebacker duo that can stick together for a long time. And then our final pick, the one I cared about anyway, and that made the team, Kyle Caldwell. Quarterback, 69 overall, hidden development. You're going to find some of these guys every now and then. You just got to know what to look for. If you can look towards the day 3 quarterbacks and find a guy that has some A's, chances are he's going to be 68, 69, and he'll probably have hidden dev. We see quite a few of these guys throughout the franchise. We had a few the last couple of drafts as well. This year I wanted to hit on one, and luckily I found one that was good. 69 overall, and immediately replaces John Dalton, who just wanted a lot of money. 4 years, $20 million. I didn't want to pay that for a backup. So now we have Caldwell. He's a field general, just like Dylan Gilbert. So hopefully if something crazy happens to Gilbert, we have a guy that can step in and carry on the offense. I also did officially move DeAndre Hopkins to the halfback position because I want to keep Harris at fullback. He's a much better blocker. What about Devontae Davison, guys? I mean, this guy is getting good. Man, he was like a 71, I think, when he first joined the team a couple years back, and now he's a 76 overall. He's turning into quite the running back. Man, I mean, Pierman is obviously the guy, but Davison might end up having to push us to trade him or something at some point if he keeps getting better. I didn't bring in too many undrafted rookies, but I did find free safety Braden Allen, who was sitting in free agency. I decided to bring him in, and he'll be put on our practice squad. I mean, obviously at 66, he's not going to make the team, but a pretty good find, I think. And then there was also Corey White. Now, I'm excited to show you guys Corey White, because this guy was a great find too. I'm hoping that he ends up being really good, but he is a hidden dev. Chances are he's probably going to be star, because I see a lot of these low overall guys coming in with like hidden development traits. 67 though overall, not too bad. 6'3", so we get sort of that Oakman build, just not with the higher pick, and I'm excited about it. So of course he'll probably be on the practice squad. Maybe I'll try and find a way to keep him on the roster just because he's hidden, to make sure we get him that extra XP throughout the season, but we'll see how it plays out. I've also decided that Kasim Branch is going to be our starting right tackle for the season. I was going to have Samuel there, but Branch was here a year sooner. He's a better overall, and he's ready to play. This was, of course, going to be the guy that takes over for Laramie Tunsil at left tackle, but it would not hurt to let him start at right tackle, get a little bit better there than what he can on the bench, and then when Samuel is ready and we move on from Tunsil, we can slide Branch back over to left tackle, and then Branch will be there, and Samuel will be on the right side. But for right now, Branch will end up being the starter at right tackle. I'm going to leave him as left tackle, though, on his position. All right, so we're about here. Pearson going to start things off for the Saints. Way back at the zone 5. He's going to take off and slide down at the 10. And Pearson is a guy that is definitely in a prove-it type of year for the Saints. Just hasn't really lived up to expectation yet. Currently at 76 overall, and some of that right there is exactly why. Just very jittery, trying to always do things with his legs. And I think the Saints just want him to be more of a passer, but I don't know if that's ever going to come to fruition for them. As Pearson again moving around. This time it works, finding Michael Thomas underneath for a pickup to the 17 and a first down. So this is going to be a season where it's going to be very important for Zach Pearson to show the Saints that he's worth a contract extension and the starting job, as he misses outside tight coverage instead of going with the new quarterback in the draft. 2nd and 10. 3 split to right. Pearson scanning, fires, big shot over the middle to Thomas, and another close first. I'd expect them to go to Kamara here. That's what they will do, and Kamara gets the first down. Not much more, but it's enough. And we'll go back to him 2 times in a row. Greenlaw and White there to bring him down after another short gain. They have tried to get him moving, but it has not worked as of yet. 2nd and 8. Quick drop back. Pearson lets it go, and another catch. Oh, a forced fumble, and we pick it up. Chambers with the recovery. It looked like Stingley punched it out, and then Chambers comes up and gets the recovery on T. Higgins. Let's see. I think that's what it was. Yes. Derek Stingley comes in with the peanut punch and forces that thing out of there. And now we're coming out at the 43. A great chance to put some points on the board on our second drive. Gilbert drops back, fires deep, caught, and it is that Collins? Yes, it is. First down from the 20. Gilbert going to throw it. And, oh, I don't know why he threw that away. Yikes. That was weird. Okay, 2nd and 10. Sweet lined up in the I formation. And we're going to go hand off to Sweet. And Sweet only able to get, well, actually, he gets 4. I don't know why it didn't look like he got that much, but he ends up getting 4 yards, 3rd and 6. 2 tight ends set on this one. Walker in slot left, or right, I mean. Sweet, motion out to the left. Gilbert going to throw it. He finds Walsh on a little pivot route, and Walsh has the first. See if we can stretch this defense out and find a little hole in the zone. Gilbert over the middle, and Walsh again with the short catch. Setting up 2nd down from the 2. Sweet lined up. We're going big set here. Sweet up the middle, and he's going to push his way in for the touchdown. After the fumble, Pearson and company come back out, down 7. They're going to go hand off to the halfback. And I can't think of who that is. Oh, it's Brian Robinson. Robinson came over in free agency as a 1-2 punch candidate for Alvin Kamara, but also because Kamara is up there. He's 32 now. Uh-oh, in trouble. Down he goes. Grenard with the sack. But the Saints putting together quite a little offense here. They have, of course, brought over T. Higgins from the Bengals, and now Brian Robinson from the Commanders as Pearson takes a shot, and he's got Chris Olave down the sideline and out of bounds at the 40. Beautiful shot there. He put it on a rope. And it looks like they caught us in more of a cover 2 look. I'm not sure if it was that or a man coverage, but either way, Williams lets him behind him, and Olave makes us pay for it. 24 yards. Big play there. Thomas takes it on the end around. Thomas trying to get away from Chambers, but he will be brought down at the line. Those reverses just never seem to work. Pearson over the middle, and somehow Chris Olave makes the catch with Greedy Williams draped all over him. Pearson again scanning, going deep. This time it's on White, and it's Troutman for the catch. Oh no, that's Tyler Higbee. Why did I say Troutman? Was there a guy on the Saints named Troutman? I swear to God there was. There's no way I just completely made that name up. I hope I'm wrong. Either way, it's Higbee with the catch as Pearson is back again. Why did I say Troutman? That's really bothering me. I'm going to look it up. Adam Troutman is the tight end for the Saints. I just, didn't realize they changed their tight ends. Okay, 2nd and 8. Pearson back, lets it go. Higgins again down to the 8. Gonna set up 3rd and 3. Pearson coming out really strong here. 9 of 11 so far through a few drives. And oh wow, I just gave him a compliment and he does that. And they're gonna keep the offense on the field and go for it here. It's preseason, why not? 4th and 3 from the 8. Over the middle, and he misses Higgins. Oh wow, that's bad. Now it's Dylan Gilbert time as he's gonna come back out, hand off to Pearman. Geez, Pearson and Pearman, I'm gonna get those two mixed up. Pearman takes it for 5. And now Sweet, oh, a play action rollout. Gilbert fires, he's got Poe, and Poe is out of bounds just shy of the 1st. Gilbert gonna stick with the throw. He's got to throw it, and finally does, and he's got Walker wide open, running up the sidelines, and finally brought down to end 1. Excellent way to close out the first quarter. A big play to Jordan Walker, and now Gilbert going to continue throwing. Why not? Oh, wow, he ran right into that sack. Both the tackles just gave up. They just stopped working. 2nd and 20. Gilbert has to throw it now, and he finds Collins, and Collins pushes his way forward to the 45 to get the 10 back. And we're going to need a big play here. Empty backfield. Gilbert's got time, unloads, and he's got Walker. Again, a big play there, down to the 42. Sweet's going to take the handoff and almost gets it past the 2nd level, but he'll only get 3, or 1st level. Thought he was going to be able to break that one. But Darden able to bring him down. 2nd down. Gilbert, quick drop back, quick throw. Walsh met by a gang of tacklers after 4. Now it's 3rd and 3. Oh, they tried to get him on that crisscross route. It did not work. And now we are going to go for it on 4th and 3, same as the Saints. And we hand it off to Pearman in a wide open lane up the middle. He could have took that one for 4th and 10 and still got it. Oh, and by the way, Jalen Petrie is playing safety for the Saints now. Yep. And Walker just doing his thing. Walker is so awesome. He really is. Pushing his way down to the 5-yard line. That's his 3rd big catch. But yeah, Petrie is the starting strong safety for the Saints. I did move him to strong safety so he get a chance at starting. And yeah, so you can see him up there at the top of your screen, at the top left, at the end zone. He's number 25, I think. And there goes Sweet. Look at that, making it look easy. Touchdown number 2. All right, so I didn't swap out everybody, but I did swap out Hendricks for Sweet as he gets the 1st carry, and he'll get pushed forward to the 12. I also put Davison in for Pearman, and then I swapped out the receivers. So now we have Jason Dahl and Marcus Felton and Brian Stewart out at receiver, and there's a big pass looking for Dahl. Incomplete. I left Gilbert in because I don't want our offense to completely shut down with a rookie quarterback in there. And it's only for about, 6 minutes now. Gilbert looking. He could have thrown it there, and he didn't. Gilbert, got to throw the ball. Oh, wow, that just irritates the crap out of me. He had a receiver open. He had Felton open right underneath. Probably would have got the 1st, too. He'll take the handoff. Ooh, cuts it back inside. I thought it was a bad move, but he ends up finding a good chunk of 9. Another handoff to Robinson. Falling forward, he's going to be marked just shy of the 1st. Any movement of the ball here is going to be a 1st down. And just like... Oh, wow. What? They said that wasn't the 1st? How was that? That was the 1st. I wonder if they're going to challenge that. That didn't make any sense. They're not. Wow, that was not good. That was definitely a 1st down. I don't know how he fell backwards and got counted for that as his forward progress. That was strange, man. That was really strange. Well, all right. It's 1st and 10. That was bad. Saints should have had the ball there. Play action to Davison. Gilbert looking, and he's got Tyler Jones. Handoff, Davison. Davison breaking through the first line of defense. Now Hendricks comes in. He's going to get this handoff. Pushes off of one and is dropped after 4. So both running backs right now doing a pretty good job since they came into the game. And now we're going to play action. And he'll throw it short for Harris. And Harris gets the first, and that's going to be the 2-minute warning. Gilbert over the middle, and he's got a man. Who is 85? Oh, that's Brian Stewart. Brian Stewart with the catch. I forgot I changed his number. And he makes a big catch at that over the middle. We got some really good receivers, guys. We do. All right, Gilbert looking. Oh, wow, I don't know where he was going with that one. Felton and it looked like Brian Davis got intertwined somehow. That ball sailed over both of their heads. Going short for Dahl, and Dahl makes the catch, and he's got a touchdown. What a play. Jason Dahl. Just a short out route, and he gets tackled immediately, but that ball crosses the plane, and he holds on. And that's going to count as a score. Here we go. One last ditch effort before the end of the half. Gilbert drops it off to Davison. Was able to turn upfield and get to the 49. Here we go. Gilbert underneath. Dahl. Oh my God. Dahl just ran over Silas Davidson. I feel bad for that corner. I didn't think anybody could get ran over by Jason Dahl, but that is the case. Gilbert looking over the middle again. It's Stewart. It looks as if we're going to be able to add some more points to this before halftime here. We have time for one play, and we have a timeout left. Gilbert's just got to not take a sack, which he won't. He finds Dahl open inside the 20, and there is the timeout. So we can take this extra 3 points, go into the game or the half with a 24-0 lead. Here we go. Pearson back out for another crack at it. Running around. He's going to take off with it, and he'll only get about 3 yards. Here we go. Now 2nd and 6. Oh, a nice little quick pass to Olave working against Stingley, and he'll get the first. Another quick pass to Olave. You can tell that he is a very special player for this team. Chris Olave, that is. Handoff, Kamara, and he gets the first. Another nice big run there. Hasn't had too many of them today where he's been able to break off yardage like that. Robinson here has actually had a few better opportunities at it, but you can still see it is still Alvin Kamara. And there it is, John Franklin Myers and Jonathan Grenard teaming up in the backfield for a sack. They'll give that fully to Grenard. Another handoff. Oh, it's Robinson barreling his way forward for a first down. Kamara with the handoff, spinning off of 1, breaking off of 2, but he can't get away from the rest. Chambers cleaning up with Grenard in the backfield. Another pass outside, caught. It's Higbee putting together a nice little drive here for the end of their time in the game. Kamara, another handoff, cuts it up the middle, almost gets that last block. Oh, wow. Bonner, if Bonner does not get there, that's probably a touchdown. Thankfully, he was able to beat Thomas to the spot. 1st and goal from the 7. Handoff, Robinson, and he is met right away. Frank Fletcher came flying through the hole. 2nd and goal. This time a pass. Oh, no. Pearson's going to run with it. He's got a space, and he's got a touchdown. Outrunning Betts to the end zone. And finally, the Saints get on the board. First look at the rookies, as Kyle Caldwell will check into the game at quarterback. 1st and 10, handoff to Hopkins, who tries to spin off of a tackle, but he cannot get away. Caldwell on 2nd, looking underneath, and he's got a man caught. It's Davison, and Davison's going to get it up to the 30, make it 3rd and 1, and then he will stay in the backfield at running back, take the handoff, turn it upfield. He'll get the first down. Nice running. 1st and 10, another handoff to Davison, and he is met at the 42 after a gain of 5. Caldwell, big drop back, under pressure, rolling around the pocket. He finally throws it away, and it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. Another big drop back. Caldwell looking, and he's got Dahl. And Dahl down to the 40. Looking under pressure. Caldwell going to run with it. And Caldwell not able to get the first, but it's going to keep us on the field on 4th down. Didn't expect to see him run like that. I like that. Oh, wow. Is this the same exact play? It looks like it, but this time he goes over the middle to Felton, and Felton is down to the 22. Here we go. A handoff. Davison right up the middle. A big hole. Almost gets to the end zone, but he's finally brought down at the 6-yard line. Excellent job up front by this reserve offensive line unit, getting that push. Caldwell looking under pressure. He's got to get rid of it. He does, and unable to connect with Felton. Hit as he threw, and it put the ball off just a little bit. That probably would have been a touchdown because Felton was open. Caldwell, this time a short throw. Dahl trying to spin his way into the end zone, but he is brought down short. And now it's going to be on Hopkins. Can he get in the end zone here? 3rd and goal. Handoff. Hopkins cuts it back, and he's in. 31 now will be the score to 6 after this extra point. And wow, what a blowout this has been for us. 1st down now for, I'm not even sure who the backup quarterback is for this team. Oh, but he's going to run with it. Oh, it looked like somebody tried diving for him. They missed. Who is this guy? 1st and 10. Looks over the middle, and he's got a receiver. Quick drop back, steps up. Oh, I thought that was going to be picked. 2nd and 1. Looking for the screen. They get it set up, but Fletcher was all over it. Here we go. Looking short. Got him. And he's got a first. Play action. What a throw. I'll have to see what his full name is. His last name is Nicholson, and he is having quite the drive. To the end zone. Oh, and he missed him. He had him open. He had him open, too. That would have been a touchdown. And he just throws it a little bit too far outside, or inside, I should say. Steps up, flag down. It's going to be holding, but he's got a clear lane, almost getting into the end zone. And it's going to come back due to a hold. 2nd and 20. Nicholson rolling out of the pocket, and he's not able to get away. Not this time. Otis Watts gets the sack. There it is, another pass. 3rd and 23, steps up. Nicholson, he's going to run with it again, but we are all over it. And now at this point, 6 minutes left, down by a lot of points. They just have to go for it. See if they can pull out anything here. 4th and 20. He's going for it. He's got it! What a play! Who is number 4? Not going to tell me who that is, but that was a big catch. Handoff, halfback, and he is dropped. It was Chestnut on the carry. Wow. Oh, Whitfield. Oh, I know who that is. Whitfield. Okay. Handoff, and almost gets to the end zone. That one was Clinton, Dre Clinton. The Saints team has got a lot of good youthful talent on it. As Nicholson, oh, this time that's not good. Picked off, and he's brought down. It's Ron Vick with the interception. Wish he would have stayed in the end zone, but he gets the interception and gives us the ball back. All right, this should be the last play of the game. They just used their final timeout. This game's been over for a while, and we're going to finish it with a sack. Greg Dean with the play, and that is it, folks. We're going to finish a perfect 3-0 in the preseason. Very nice to see us get a win. Usually we end up losing in the preseason the last couple of seasons, but I think we are set to go and break down this 53. I'm excited for this. All right, so we get the win. We are 3-0 heading into the regular season. Now it is time for us to break this roster down. Now I'm going to keep these 3 here for now because Brissett is a mentor, and if we can keep 3, I'd like to. I'm not going to force 3 though. And for halfback, I know Bernard is going to the practice squad, and the other guys we're just going to keep in tow. So we're going to keep the 4 that we normally do. We're going to keep Harris. And then I know Broughton, he can go to the practice squad. How many receivers do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to leave it to 7 right now. But worst case scenario, Davis has to go to the practice squad. I want to keep Stewart on the active roster. Felton here. Dahl. I think we have a great mixture of receivers right now. Below can go to the practice squad. Oh, I forgot we drafted Cordell Sally. I forgot about that. So we'll cut Barrett. And then we'll move Sally to the practice squad. I did forget to mention, I moved Adam Tanley to center as a backup center. Pearson's coming up on his deal. And honestly, now at 26, he's another guy sort of like Petrie. I'm not sure if I want to bring him back depending on what he's asking for. We have 7 players left, and I think most of these guys will come from the defensive side of the ball. Good there. I think we're only going to be able to keep 3 D tackles. Yeah, so I think because of that, we're going to have to let Jonathan Ford go. And we'll keep Dean, Broussard, and Redmond. Outside linebackers, this is where it's going to get interesting here, because we've had Cunningham on the team for quite some time. We have Pat Smith we just drafted, and we have Jonathan Grenard. I'm actually thinking of keeping Cunningham and cutting Boy Mafe. I know we brought him in preseason or in the free agency, but I mean, it was just to fill a spot, and I wanted to see how he played. But now with us having Cunningham and Smith, I don't see the point in keeping both of them. So we're gonna go ahead and get rid of Mafe. All right, that brings us now to the corners. How many corners do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's tough to keep them all on the active roster. Let's see where else we can cut from. Well, I know Braden Allen's going to the practice squad. I want to keep Adrian Phillips on because he's got the mentor role for Chambers. So I definitely don't want to get rid of him. We can probably cut JT Woods. Yeah, we'll cut JT Woods. And then we'll keep Ron Vick. I like Ron Vick. But we could move Brian Davis to the practice squad. We don't need him. We still have 6 receivers on the active roster. That brings us down to 2 players. And I think it is time for us to cut Ladarius Grimes. He had a nice run with us, but now with Frank Fletcher and Jameel Betts coming in, his time is just going to have to be up. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut Ladarius Grimes. And that brings us down to our final player that we have to move on from in order to get down to the 53. And this is where it gets tough because I've already cut all the players that I wanted to. I don't want to cut any more. Is there anybody else we can stash on a practice squad? Ooh, I have an idea. Right here, Matt Isaac. We don't need to keep 10 players on the offensive line. So let's move him to practice squad. And that is going to be our final roster. We have made it to the end of the preseason. Next episode, we will be taking on the Colts in our season opener on the road. And yes, we will be watching that game. And we'll just see how things go. It'll be the first real game of Orlando Blackwood's career as coach. And we will get a chance to see what his new scheme and new dynamic of the team will bring to this organization. As for this video, that is all I got for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you've not already, and turn that bell notification on so you know when I upload. And I'll see you guys next time.